Good evening, YouTube. Good evening. Good evening, YouTube. I hope we're all doing good. How is everybody? Let's just wait for a couple of people to join. But I hope you're all doing good. But yeah, good evening, YouTube. One person watching. So anyway, I hope you're all doing good. Listen, I want to apologize for the lack of content on this channel. I want to apologize for the lack of content on this channel while I've been away, as most of you know, or those that have been following my channel and following my social medias. I have been away to Australia and still recovering from the jet lag. Still recovering from the jet lag, which I have to say is pretty mental. I don't usually suffer with jet lag that well. I don't usually struggle with jet lag, but yeah, this trip I'm really struggling. Trying not to sleep during the day, and hence why this stream is 2 hours late, because I fell asleep. But yeah, so apologies for the lack of content, but things are getting back to normal. And we played a game yesterday, Arsenal Everton, and I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into my reaction to that game. I'm going to read some of your comments. But yeah, so we played a game yesterday, and I have to say it wasn't the greatest performance. I thought Everton, actually, if they were a bit unlucky not to get anything out of the game. Obviously, I'm glad that they didn't. I'm glad that we got the 3 points. I'm glad that we got the 3 points, which we needed to get the 3 points. If you know it, and I think the result is more important than the performance. With where we are in the season, with where we want to be, and with how our season has panned out so far, I think the result, we have to look at the result and see that as a key result rather than looking at the performance. Because let's be honest, I didn't think the performance was that great. I think we're okay in parts. Obviously, Aubameyang scoring. Was it 2? Yeah, it was those 2 goals. Do you know what, guys? I'm so extremely tired. I'm I'm not completely with it today, but I wanted to get this stream out there. But yeah, obviously Saka got the assist for one of those goals. But the one thing I will say about Arsenal at the moment, even though yesterday we didn't play well, we still managed to hang on for the result. Defensively, we've not been too bad. Yeah, 4 people watching. That's great, especially for this the time of the night for those that are in the UK. 10:15. But yeah, let's. I don't think the performance has been. It wasn't great yesterday, but like I said, defensively, we done okay. I've noticed as well we see, like, yeah, especially yesterday, we conceded. We're not too great at set plays, defending set plays. I think we could be. I think we could be a little bit better at that. I think we could. I think we could be a little bit better than that defending. Good evening, Drew. Bagmanny, West Ham just got robbed. Yeah, I saw that they were 2-1 up and they lost 3-2. How have I been, Charlie? How was my trip? Yeah, everything was good. Everything was. My trip was excellent. My trip was fantastic. If I'm being honest, apart from, like I say, now I'm suffering a bit with jet lag. Um, Sorry, I will get back onto the game in a minute. I sort of got digressed by reading some of these chats out. But yeah, my trip's been really well actually. I visited some interesting places. Um, I started off in Cairns, which is the north of Australia. I went out to the Great Barrier Reef, uh, did some snorkeling, did some just swimming in the Great Barrier Reef, which was really nice. Then uh, I went to a little village called Kuranda Village up in the rainforest. Um, um, which was really nice. I went up to Kuranda Village and then took the train ride down. I went up on the Sky Rail, which went over the top of the rainforest, and then took the train down, which was a really nice train journey. And then I went to Ayers Rock. Obviously, you guys know about Ayers Rock. That was really good. Apart from the flies, I tell you what, anybody who's been to Ayers Rock will know that they just get there's just mad with flies. That everybody's got, you got to wear fly nets, otherwise literally it's just all over the place. Then I went to Sydney. I climbed the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which was really good. I visited the Sydney Opera House. So yeah, those are just some of the highlights of my trip. But yeah, my trip was good, mate. Thank you very much for asking. Um, Drew, what do I think about Liverpool going unbeaten? I actually don't think they will go unbeaten. I'm possibly the only person um, that thinks. Um, I'm possibly one of the only people that don't think that Liverpool are going to go unbeaten. I think somebody will beat them. Now we're getting down to the business end of the season. I think somebody will beat them. Anyway, I'll get into some more of your comments in a minute. I want to get back to talking about the game because I sort of got a bit sidetracked when I saw the comments pop up there, so I just thought I'd read them out as and when. So yeah, going back to yesterday, I don't think it was a great performance, but I think result-wise, it's definitely what we needed. Now we just need to keep that momentum going, and that's what Arteta's done. He's got us playing with a bit of, he's got us playing with a little bit of momentum. So yeah, we need to just keep the momentum going. It was kind of a weird game yesterday because we had parts where we played really well, and then we had parts where we just didn't play well. I mean, David Luiz's ball for Aubameyang's goal, that was excellent. That was almost like what we've seen when he played for Chelsea. That was brilliant. And it just goes to show, guys, that we need to keep hold of Aubameyang. We really do need to keep hold of Aubameyang because his goals are so important. And you take Aubameyang out the team. I know we had him out the team for three weeks or 3 games rather, and we coped pretty well without his goals because we had players like Martinelli stepping up, we had Saka stepping up, but long term, you take Aubameyang out the side, and I think we'll really struggle because I don't see where we're getting where the goals are going to come. I don't see where the goals are going to come from. So we need to start try and keep hold of Aubameyang. I guess that all depends on Champions League football and whether we get it or not. I know a lot's happened since I've been away. I know that Man City have been banned for the next 2 seasons. And to be honest, I know I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans going, "Oh, it's gonna, we could get fifth." Do you know what? Listen, we can't. What's happening at Man City? We have to forget about what's happening at Man City and just focus on our own performances and our own games and our own game, because at the moment we're well out of fourth place, and at the moment we're well out of fifth place as well. I know we're putting a good run together, and we're doing what's asked of us at the moment, but we need also other teams to drop around us, and we've got some big games coming up. We've got Man City away, and then in the distant we've got Liverpool and Spurs, so we've got some important games. It's not home and dry yet, by any stretch of the imagination. So we need to just keep winning our games, and then hoping that other results go our way. And if I'm being honest, we need to just throw everything in the Europa League. I really do think now that that's the competition we should be prioritizing. I know that we're going to be challenging in the league, trying to get up the highest up the table as we can possibly get. But for me, I think we should be prioritizing the Europa League. Listen, I apologize if this stream is not the best, and I'm sort of jumbling a lot of things out, but like I said, I'm pretty jet lagged. But I wanted to get the stream out because I've not done anything on my YouTube channel for quite some time, and I know I said that I would be doing content while I was away, but listen, my itinerary was so busy, I just didn't have no time. I didn't have no time to put videos out there, especially with the editing and the recording. I thought I'd have time to do it, but actually, it wasn't easy at all, especially with a jam-packed itinerary. Let's see if there's any more questions or comments or chats. Rapture's Lost, I think I pronounced your name. Why do I no longer appear on AFTV? AFTV interviews. Well, firstly, I've been quite busy. I've been incredibly busy. I've had a busy year. I've been training with my new guide dog, and I haven't been to that many games this season, if I'm being honest. Because I've had a lot going on, and then with my trip to Australia, I was getting stuff ready for that. So yeah, it's just been a combination of things, and then also I wanted to get my own channel going, but there's other reasons well, which I'm not going to go into. But yeah, listen, it's just not happened. It's just not been possible. But like I say, I've got my own. I've got this channel now, which I'm concentrating on and focusing on. But never say never. But at the moment, I've got other priorities and other things to work on at the moment. living living the life. I don't know about that, mate. Listen, I enjoyed going to Australia, but listen, the jet lag, jet lag's terrible. When am I going on Sunny's channel? Simple answer to that, Troy, is when I get invited, mate. When I get invited, I'll go on there. But yeah, I've got my own channel going on at the moment, so I want to sort of focus on that. But yeah, listen, when I get invited, I'm happy to go on it. If people want me on their channels, I'll go on. Bag money. Yeah, Liverpool. Listen, I wouldn't say Liverpool aren't that. I wouldn't say Liverpool are not great. Listen, they're smashing the league right about now. So, listen, they've all but won the title. I think the title's pretty much theirs. But I think a team will beat them. I think they will get beaten, but we just have to wait and see. Yeah, I agree, Drew. Liverpool are getting Liverpool. I wouldn't say they're getting worse. They're probably tiring because they've had a lot of games and they have played a lot of games. They've been to the Club World Cup and they're fighting on all fronts. And listen, they're undefeated. And the Premier League is not an easy league, but they're smashing it right about now. But yeah, they are. Listen, they're at the business end of the season. We've got the FA Cup. They're in Europe. Obviously, they're challenging for the title, although that's pretty much done and dusted. So yeah, listen, they're challenging on all the fronts, aren't they? So it's gonna be a bit. They're gonna slip up. They are gonna slip up somewhere. Yeah, bag money. I agree. Aubameyang. Listen, we got Pepe. Pepe's going to come good, and he's starting to come good. Pepe. But yeah, Aubameyang. We're relying on Aubameyang too much, and we've been in this situation so many times before as Arsenal fans. So yeah, Aubameyang is. Listen, we're relying on him too much. We definitely need to spread the goals out around the team because at the moment it's worrying. And if we lose Aubameyang, we're going to struggle. You've just subscribed, Mr. Bungle. Thank you very much for subscribing and welcome along to the channel. I hope you enjoy, mate. Hope you enjoy. So there we have. That's all the comments for now. So yeah. So yeah. Like I say, we had a pretty tricky game yesterday. We come through it, which was good. Listen, Everton. Everton were unlucky not to get anything out of that game. Everton were not. They caused us some problems. But yeah, we've got Olympiacos coming up now. We've got Portsmouth in the FA Cup, and then West Ham in the Premier League. So those are the next 3 games, and all winnable games. All winnable games. They're definitely all winnable games. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next thing, because although we're not playing well, I do still see improvements. I see little improvements. I do see little improvements. I see improvements in defensively. We're definitely a lot better, and Arteta seems to be getting the best out of average players. Players like Xhaka and Mustafi, who have struggled. I know David Luiz struggled under Emery. Well, pretty much everyone struggled under Emery. We got, he's got Torreira. Who's back in his rightful position. So listen, we got lots to be positive about. So yeah. Also, I just want to talk quickly because I'm going to wrap this stream up in a minute. Not a very long one. But I just want to talk about my channel. I've got some things planned for my channel, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to do I'm going to do a I'm going to do, you know, not just Arsenal-based content as well. I'm going to do, like I said, I've had a lot of time to think about what I want to do with this channel, so I'm going to do some stuff. I'm going to do a Premier League preview show every Friday. So I'm going to come and talk about the weekend's games, not just Arsenal games. So that's going to be kind of, hopefully I'll get a guest on, you know, a few guests on as well, if anybody, you know, if I get that sorted. And then usually the usual Arsenal stuff is going to be, I'm going to be doing that as well. Obviously it's an Arsenal based channel, but listen, any football fans welcome on this channel. I've said this from day one. It doesn't matter whether you support Arsenal. Everybody's welcome on this channel. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick look at the chats, and then I'm gonna wrap this stream up. Let's see. So yeah, no more comments. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Listen, apologies. Yeah, apologies for not being at my best on this stream. Like I say, I'm tired, jet lagged, but like I say, everything's back to normal on this channel. Everything's back to normal on this channel. I know I briefly talked about the game, briefly read some of your comments out. But yeah, I'm back. Everything's going back to normal. I will be back with a preview for the Olympiacos game. That'll be Wednesday, Tuesday or tomorrow or Wednesday. It's probably going to be Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. So I will be back. I will be back with a preview for the Olympiacos game. So stay tuned for that. And then obviously we got Portsmouth at the weekend, so there'll be some content around there. But yeah, stay tuned. Anyway, I'm back, and hope you're all doing well. Enjoy the rest of your evening, or wherever you are, wherever you're watching. Please remember, if you're new around here, subscribe. Please put a like on this video. That all helps get the channel noticed. And so please put a like on this video, share the content around, and thanks for supporting my channel. Thank you to everybody who's watching my channel, and I'll be back soon. Take care, people.